Savera and I'm Shefali. US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin met in Alaska for the first direct talk since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in early 2022. The summit lasted around 3 hours, shorter than expected, and ended without a ceasefire agreement, though both sides described the talks as positive and constructive. Trump spent about 6 hours in Alaska, departing on Air Force One in the evening to return to Washington. Putin left shortly afterwards, waving before boarding his plane. Now, before his departure, the Russian leader visited the Fort Richardson Memorial Cemetery, where he laid flowers on the graves of Soviet soldiers who had died during World War II while transporting supplies from the US to the USSR. At a joint press appearance, neither leader took questions from reporters. Observers noticed that Putin spoke first, presenting his own version of the Ukrainian conflict and stressing that Ukraine's security should be guaranteed, but only alongside what he calls Russia's fundamental security concerns. He said the war could not end without addressing its root causes, though he did not specify what those were. Trump smiled and deferential did not challenge Putin's framing. Instead, he said that while some progress has been made, no final deal has been reached. Analysis suggests that Putin gained symbolic advantage from the summit. After years of Western isolation, he returned to American soil with full diplomatic honors, including a red carpet welcome, fighter jet escorts, and even a ride in the US president's armored car. He also left without making any major concessions. Trump, meanwhile, avoided expressing the frustration he had voiced just weeks earlier when he called Putin a barrier to peace and instead emphasized her fantastic relationship. Now, for Trump, the meeting provided a chance to revisit old grievances. Standing next to Putin, the once again dismissed the US investigation into Russia's election interference in 2016 as a hoax. Putin backed him, even suggesting that Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 would not have happened had Trump been in office then. Now still, the war continues despite Trump now being in power again, a contradiction neither man explained. Putin used the stage to call on Ukraine and European capitalists not to derail peace efforts, while Trump thanked him for the talks and hinted at future meetings. When Putin, laughing in English, suggesting they next meet in Moscow, Trump reacted cautiously, saying such a visit must bring criticism, but was not out of the question. If it all happened, it would be the first US president trip to Russia in over a decade. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who was not invited to the summit, watched developments from afar. Trump promised to brief him and NATO leaders afterwards and later told Fox News that while he had hopes to secure a ceasefire immediately, progress might only come after another meeting. Zelensky, meanwhile, warned that Russia's continued attack showed it was not truly interested in peace, nothing that even as the talks took place in Alaska, Ukrainian civilians are still being killed. The summit was the first time since 2018 that Putin stood alongside an American president at a joint press event. Unlike Joe Biden in 2021, who deliberately avoided sharing a stage with Putin to limit his influence, Trump allowed him to speak freely, another sign, commenters said, of Trump's willingness to defer to authoritarian leaders had been long described as the strong ones. In the end, the meeting produced warm words but no breakthrough. Both leaders spoke of progress, but without a ceasefire or detailed commitment. The war in Ukraine continues much as before. That's all for now in this update. Stay tuned to the Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.